You ever have that feeling, you're working hard, you're paying all your bills on time, you're even trying to stash some money away, but when you look at your accounts, it just feels like you're running in place, not actually getting anywhere, not building any real wealth. Well, if that sounds like you, you're definitely not alone. So let's get into it and figure out exactly why that happens and, way more importantly, what we can do about it. Man, this quote just hits home for so many of us, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that feeling of frustration. You're putting in the work, you're trying to do all the right things, but the results just aren't there. It feels like you're stuck in a loop, and that's the loop we're going to break down today. All right, so the very first step to breaking free is to understand this huge, fundamental mistake that a lot of us make. We're told our whole lives to save, save, save. But what if saving, on its own, is actually part of the trap? Let's talk about why just saving money isn't the same thing as building wealth.
Okay, this idea right here is a total game changer. Financial expert Nicole Lapin explains that saving is a defensive move. Think of it like a goalie. It's there to protect you from emergencies and debt. But building wealth, that's your offense. That's how you score goals. You can't win a game with only a goalie on the field. And what's worse, while all your money is sitting on the sidelines trying to be safe, inflation is silently eating away at its buying power, year after year.
So if you're going to go on the offense, you have to know your position on the field. And the most basic tool for that is a budget. But wait, don't tune me out. Let's stop thinking of a budget as this restrictive thing like a cage. It's not. Think of it as your financial map. It gives you control, it shows you where you are, and it helps you chart a course to where you want to go. So how do you actually draw this map? It's really just a simple 3-step process. Step 1, track. You got to record every single purchase. And I mean everything. That morning coffee, that app subscription, all of it. Step 2, review. At the end of the month, you look at where it all went. You find the patterns, you put things in categories. And step 3, this is the most important one. Take action. Knowing this stuff is useless if you don't do anything with it. This is where you make a plan to change your habits, based on what your map is telling you.
Okay, so you've got your map. Now you need a compass, right? Some kind of simple guide to help you make decisions. Well, one of the best out there is the 50-30-20 rule. It's a super clear framework that helps you tell your money exactly where to go, so you're not left wondering where it all went. Now, before we even talk numbers, we have to get really honest about these two categories. Needs are the things you absolutely have to pay for to live and work. We're talking rent, groceries, utilities. Wants? Well, that's everything else. The stuff that makes life more fun, but isn't essential. And this is where it gets tricky, right? You need clothes for work, but you want the designer brand. You need to eat, but you want to order takeout 3 times a week. Being honest with yourself about this difference is the secret to making any budget work. And here's how it all comes together beautifully. You take your income after taxes and you split it up. 50%, no more, goes to your needs. 30% is for your wants. And that last 20%, that's non-negotiable. It goes straight to savings and crushing debt. So let's say you bring home $5,000 a month. That's $2,500 for needs, $1,500 for wants, and a solid $1,000 that goes directly toward building your future. It's simple, it's clear, and it's incredibly powerful. All right, so you've got your map, you've got your compass, you're tracking your spending, you're following the rule, you're golden, right? Well, not so fast. Because even if you have the perfect plan, there are these hidden traps, these silent wealth killers that can completely derail all of your progress if you're not watching out for them. First on the list is the silent assassin of every pay raise, lifestyle creep. You know how it goes. You get a promotion, so you think, hey, I can afford a nicer car now. You get a bonus, and suddenly that bigger apartment seems like a great idea. And before you know it, all that new money is gone because your expenses have just expanded to meet your new income. Those things that used to be luxuries have sneakily become your new necessities. Next up are what Nicole Lapin calls hidden drags. These are like tiny little leaks in your financial boat. You know those monthly maintenance fees from your bank, overdraft charges, out-of-network ATM fees? They seem so small, just a few bucks here and there. But over 10, 20 years, those tiny leaks can add up to thousands and thousands of dollars being silently drained right out of your accounts. You have to hunt these down by auditing your statements. Oh, this one is a big one. It's a psychological trap, but you probably know it by a different name. Throwing good money after bad. It's that bad stock you keep hoping will turn around, that failing business idea you keep pouring money into, or even that expensive gym membership you never use but keep paying for because, hey, you've already paid so much. A huge part of financial health is learning when to recognize a loss, cut your ties, and just move on.
Okay, we've spotted the traps, we know what to avoid. Now we get to the most important part of this whole thing, the mindset shift. This is where we stop playing defense, just trying to save and avoid mistakes, and start playing offense. It's a proactive strategy for actively building wealth. And it all comes down to your habits.
So here it is, your action plan. 5 habits you need to start building wealth for real. 1. Automate your investing. Pay yourself first. Have the money move from your paycheck to your investment accounts before you can even touch it. 2. Use tax-advantaged accounts, like a 401k or an IRA. This is like putting your money on hypergrowth mode because it's shielded from taxes. 3. Treat high-interest debt like your house is on fire. It's an emergency. Every dollar in interest you pay is a dollar working against you. 4. We just talked about it. You have to actively fight lifestyle creep. And 5. Keep it simple. You don't need to be a Wall Street wizard. Just be consistent with simple, low-cost investment funds.
And let's let this sink in because it is so important. Building real, lasting wealth is almost never about some lottery win or a single brilliant stock pick. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's the slow, quiet, sometimes even boring process of consistently putting your money to work and just letting time do its thing. Time is your single greatest ally in this game.
So, what's the big takeaway here? Knowing all this stuff is great, but it's just the beginning. Real change only happens when you turn that knowledge into a habit. So, look back at everything we just covered. The map, the compass, the traps, the builder's habits. What is the one new habit, no matter how small, that you can commit to starting today?